And the holiday of appreciating your partner is right around the corner at February 14th, and folks may be looking to reserve that perfect seat at their favorite restaurants, but when should you be making those calls?
That is a very loose question because I think it really depends on what you're doing. If you're going for, like, I don't know, massage therapy, you may want to do that a month to 2 months ahead of time, maybe even 3 months. If you're going to dinner, maybe like a lunch date or something like that, perhaps a few days before, unless the restaurant gives some guidance. But if it's like in the evening, again, maybe a month prior to, because anymore it seems like there's a high demand for a lot of those, did I say ban?
I think you said demand.
Okay, good. I thought you said ban for a second, but demand for a lot of these services. And anymore, it feels like you had to book out earlier and earlier. Didn't you say you had a friend that had to book out like 3 months to do something for Valentine's Day?
Not quite. No, we're going to be looking at, the dinner reservations for Valentine's Day. So that's what we're looking at here. So how far ahead are we booking them? Because there's a lot of things you could do on Valentine's Day.
I'd say probably a month. I mean, it just depends on where you go to. Like if you're going to, say, for example, Casa Mexicana, you can probably get away with it. Just maybe plan ahead to get there a little bit earlier, or hit those off hours, or maybe do something for lunch. But yeah, some of those fancy places like Cheesecake Factory, a lot more planning for that.
Yeah, it definitely would. You're right, though. My friend and I, we were chatting over in Minneapolis this last weekend, and I was asking him when he was able to get a reservation, because I had tried to make this reservation like 2 weeks ago for Valentine's Day.
This is for a dinner place, right?
Yeah, I was trying to get dinner, and it was for Valentine's Day. So I was like 4 weeks out, already booked, and I was over the moon about it. I was like, you got to be kidding me. It was already taken full up. So then I talked to my buddy Zach, and he was saying that he had booked his reservation in Minneapolis for 5 weeks out, and it was his second choice because Bar La Grassa, anyone who knows Minneapolis knows that that's a pretty good spot. That was already taken, so now he's going to Burrow. So, but that was also a very good spot. They got an amazing truffle risotto there.
So we get the impression that anymore for like Valentine's Day, you almost need like 2 to 3 months for.
He told me to put an alarm on my calendar for middle of December, and I was like, that's absurd. But
maybe not as absurd anymore, because I know we have some restaurants take tourism season in the Northwoods in the summer months. I mean, I've had restaurants say they have 2-hour waits or something like that. So especially in the summer months. So you have to plan ahead anymore, either by heading those off times, or if they take reservations, do a reservation, or just do something at a unique time anymore, or just be prepared to wait for a long time.
Right, you are, Devin. I was able to get my second choice though.
That's good. What was that second choice? I'm
not going to tell you. I don't want. It's a surprise. So if this somehow leaks back to her,
Yeah.
She's already tried to get it out of me.
Oh, that's a good point. I promise I have not been in touch with her. I'm just a single person. So to me, Valentine's Day is also known as Single Person's Awareness Day.
The nice thing about, when I was growing up and still as an adult, my dad always gets us kids, little chocolates and whatnot for Valentine's Day. So that was always nice growing up.
The chocolate's definitely a very nice part of it.
You can never get, you're never too old for chocolates.
Isn't dark chocolate like healthy for you, they say?
I mean, to a certain degree, it's probably better than other chocolates for you.
Yeah, I know. Austin and I were talking about that one of the days you were off, and they say like dark chocolate's good for you. Obviously, coffee's good. They say coffee's good for you now too. But yeah,
right, you are, Devin. But we have more things to talk about today, because coming up, we're going to take a look at the snowmobile trails of Oneida County and when folks can get out on them this season.
But first, Howard is in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen with a recipe for lucky Chinese noodles.
Ooh.